I think when you lose your language, you lose the basic part of your culture and who you are. And I don't know if maybe their parents weren't really taught to speak, or there wasn't a need for them to speak, or that it wasn't really taught in school. So maybe that language just wasn't passed on. I know sometimes, I think in this small community, because we're so isolated, I think that maybe some people thought that it was better to learn to speak English to get ahead and to go to college, and without being discriminated against for speaking Spanish, maybe. But it's interesting now that so many people speak many different languages. And I think the Americas probably, or the United States, is one of the only countries in the world that they speak English, and unless you're assimilated or you come in from another country and can speak another language, they don't really teach you to speak other languages. And because I know in Europe, if you're Italian, you speak English, everybody learns how to speak English. And if you're surrounded by other countries like Spain or Austria, you learn to speak the languages little kids in Europe speak like 3 or 4 different languages. And because that's how they're brought up. And the countries that are so close, it's like us going to Wyoming or California, where if you travel to California and you're in Italy and then you're in Germany. So you kind of need to learn to speak several different languages just to travel within that area. And I think it's important that the United States teaches kids how to speak other languages, even when you're older, even now. I think it's important for you to learn, especially if you want to travel, and there's just such a diverse community in the whole world that speaks so many languages. Your language is the root of your culture and who you are, and how you communicate and how you can relate to your ancestors